Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Forum Islamic Economy. I am Zulfadli bin Sahril. It's my pleasure to be a moderator for this session on why does Malaysia want to dominate the field of Islamic wealth management and what are people accepting toward Islamic wealth management. First of all, may I briefly introduce to you all our guest speaker from University Sultan Zainal Abidin. Then let's go to the next section. The next section is presentation. Before the presentation begin, let me to introduce the presenters. Our first presenter is Nur Atiqah binti Shamsuri. Our second presenter is Nur Arnezah binti Alyas, and our third presenter is Nurul Fatinah binti Muhammad Hashim. Our fourth presenter is Afif Ilham bin Arif Rifashah, and our last presenter is Nur Fairuz Nadhirah binti Rosdi. Now, I would like to welcome our first presenter. She will deliver a presentation about aspects that need to be protected according to the maqasid Sharia in Islamic wealth management. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nur Atiqah. Time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all panelists and audience. I'm so glad to be one of the panelists here. So, I will answer the question on what are among the aspects that need to be emphasized in order to attain Al-Falah according to Maqasid Sharia. The first one is Hifz ad-Din, which is the well-being of religion. This means the preservation of religious purity from any conduct that might harm the faith and belief. Good values must be developed unless human would fall into devastation and misguidance. So, how does Islamic wealth management works to protect religion? Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala allows all economic activities like buying and selling as long as there is no Islamic proof that prohibits it. This statement is supported by one of the qawaid fiqhiyah method, which is al-asl fil asya al-ibaha hatta yadillu ad-dalilu ala tahrim. This indicates that Islamic wealth management can develop new product as long as there is no prohibited elements such as riba, maisir and gharar are present. For the second one is Hifz al-Mal, which means the well-being of the property. Islamic teaching and economy strongly encourage people to manage their wealth fairly and equitably in way to sustain the purity of property. In Islamic wealth management, they offer a systematic and trustworthy investing platform that is Sharia compatible, such as sukuk, unit trust, and Sharia compliant shares and wealth management, while respecting the right of the needy through the management of zakat, infaq, and which means sedekah. Alright, moving on to the Hifz al-Aqlu, which means the well-being of intellect that should be protected in order to make fairness value prioritized in all aspects of life. For example, the application of intellectual knowledge such as Sadul Sara'in in Islamic wealth management institution can assist this institution in continuing to create new product and service that can benefit all communities regardless of religion and avoid harmful things such as oppression, fraud, and so on. In aspect of the well-being of human self and life, which is Hifz an-Nafs, Islamic wealth management institution has done its best to assist each of us in managing fund and wealth without negatively affecting ourselves, social justice, mental stability, and more. For example, planning of zakat, infaq, and wakaf can directly assist in the equal distribution of money without increasing the gap between rich and poor, looking after the welfare of them and thus minimizing criminal case. Alright, lastly, in aspect Hifz an-Nafs, Islamic wealth management has taken steps to establish an economic trustee, which including hibah, wasiat, fara'id, and also trust product in order to protect their clients' descendants. This demonstrates that Maqasid Sharia is a philosophy and belief that promote peace, protection, security, purity, as well as external and interior well-being. Thank you, that's all from me.
Thank you very much for an interesting talk here. We can find out what things we need to take care of to achieve Al-Falah in this world and the hereafter. So let's move to our next panel. Let's welcome our second presenter. She will deliver a presentation on entitled How Islamic Wealth Management Help People, Economy and Country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Nur Arnezah.
Thank you, moderator. For your information, Islamic wealth management really have function to help people, economy and country. This is because Islamic wealth management will help to arrange wealth. This point has been proved because Islamic wealth management can be defined as a service of adversary for investment. Let's look at the function of Islamic wealth management in terms of people. One of the way Islamic wealth management can help people is hibah. Hibah literally means gift or a voluntary gift, but hibah can also be defined as a transfer of ownership of an asset without any consideration. By using hiba, Muslims can protect their wealth before they die. It's usually used by people who want to transfer their wealth according to their own choice. In terms of economy, Islamic wealth management helps to redistribute wealth and balance wealth accumulation in a society. Wealth distribution will assist people in distributing their assets to those in need in order to achieve economic growth. For example, zakat and wakaf. This is the reason why Islamic wealth management encourage Muslims to establish voluntary wakaf in the form of charitable trust other than zakat, which is an obligation for every Muslim. Lastly, in terms of country, Islamic wealth management can help by analyze and organize financial affairs to achieve both financial and lifestyle goals. This is because when financial and lifestyle goals of society are achieved, the economy will be stable and subsequently the country will develop. In addition, the gap between wealth and poverty in the country is not very significant. That's all from me. Thank you for hearing.
Thank you, Mrs. Arnezah, for your best performance. From your explanation, we can see many benefits of Islamic wealth management in helping individuals, the economic and also a country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our third presenter. She will deliver a presentation on entitled people who accept and prefer on Islamic wealth management and its reason why they choose it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Nurul Fatinah binti Muhammad Hashim. The floor is yours.
Thank you to the moderator for the question. Without delay, we proceed to answer the question. Parties who accept and prefers from Muslims and non-Muslims points of view. Muslims adopt Islamic wealth management because firstly to attain the pleasure of good. Riba, interest and usury are banned in Islamic wealth management. The charging and receipt of interest between both parties are absolutely prohibited in Islamic finance transaction. Under Sharia compliant financial institution, all profits must be invested in real hard work in a Sharia compliant firm. Gharar and maisir are also prohibited by Islamic wealth management. The goal of Islamic financial institution in doing so is to protect all parties engaged in trades from losing money in exchange for the risky and unclear agreement. Secondly, to maintain the sanctity of religion, like other faiths, Islamic law highlights the ethical implication of looking for and contributing to the poor. In Islamic finance, a type of interest-free loan known as Al-Qad Al-Hasan has been made available to the needy. Every Muslim is required to contribute to zakat, which is a religious tax. Zakat is meant to encourage charitable giving ethical standard by providing financial aid to the poor and needy from those with more resources. Last but not least, why Muslim people prefer Islamic wealth management is to maintain the sanctity of property. In Islamic commerce, all parties should share both risk and profit. All of the earnings must be earned via personal efforts. Unlike some other faiths, financial expenditure are as significant as, if not more important than, wealth growth in Islam. Muslim will be judged in the afterlife for every cent spent from the greatest wealth. Other than that, the reason why non-Muslims subscribe to the product offered by Islamic wealth management institution because the fair finance. Islamic financial institutions are those that do not engage in extortion. Islamic trading is based on the Islamic finance concept that aims to meet shareholders' financial needs in a transparent and equitable manner, trusting and trustworthy fashion, ensuring a more equitable distribution of wealth. The Islamic institution concept is built on profit sharing principle, which means that the bank and the consumer bear the risk. Because this form of financial intermediation helps to a more equitable distribution of income and wealth, it will lure non-Muslim customers to Islamic financial institutions. The next reason is ethical and moral dimensions. The strong moral and ethical elements of business operation and choosing which business funding activities have an important role in influencing social acceptable behavior investment and better person or corporation's behavior. The need for Islamic institutions to help you through the process to ensure complete awareness of the risks and expenses related to the product and services is paramount. This demonstrates that Islamic wealth management is extremely conscientious and always wants the best for its clients. Okay, back to the moderator. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much for an interesting talk from our third presenter. As we can see, many point of view why people is prefer Islamic wealth management. Islamic wealth management prohibited in interest and usury and also forbid for use of gharar and maisir. Islamic wealth management teach us to be a good investors and make us a Muslim who obedient to the commandment of Allah. After we heard from panel 3 about those who receive Islamic wealth management, now we will also hear argument about individual and those who reject and do not accept Islamic wealth management. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Afif Ilham.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afif Ilham bin Arif Rifashah. Why people do not agree and accept Islamic wealth management? There are three main reasons why do not agree with Islamic wealth management. First is to maximize the profit. Second, distribution of the wealth and the product range limitation. To maximize the profit. So, this one of the primary reason why some person and parties are hesitate to refer or becomes client of Islamic wealth management institution. So, they do not agree with the prohibition of the usury of interest because interest was the biggest profit from them, and they think conventional institutions were more profitable than Islamic ones. Distribution of the wealth. So if they create a wills under the conventional institution, they have the flexibility to distribute their fortune to anyone they want, including relatives and friends. But if writing a will under Sharia law, a person has testamentary freedom over just 1/3 of their property. And last but not least, product range limitation. According to the number of professional contact by the private banker international, the market lack of Sharia compliance good and service. So, equities and real estate are widely established while fixed income funds are not. That's why they not accept and agree with Islamic wealth management. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Afif Ilham, for your best performance. From your explanation, there are three main points why people do not accept with Islamic wealth management, which are maximizing profits, distribution of wealth, and product range limitation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, let's welcome our last presenter. She will present the conclusion from our forum today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Nur Fairuz Nadhirah.
In conclusion, the entire study output is a representation of portfolio management relying on Makasib Sharia as a philosophical argument in Sharia investment portfolio in the financial system, with the objective of achieving affluence in the world and the hereafter, while providing tangible impact among all sides. In terms of handling different perception and objective, the Sharia present a context for decision makers to resolve issues arising from contradictory duties to key parties. Islamic wealth management as a finance framework will add enormous value for every individuals, Muslim and non-Muslim, alike, relative and friends, and general society. Islam forbid accumulating its entails consolidating wealth or assets that are just not determined the correct to the economic growth. Man is in essence committed with something like amanah trust in Islam, as then people can share one funds and valuables to help mankind. based on this research. Also, we as the researcher hoping in the future Malaysia will get a halal country title due to the acceptance of our country toward Islamic wealth management, which is not just for the food sector but as well as the financing sector and in determining Islamic wealth management acceptance because on principles of ethics are formed, measurables and observable.
Thank you very much for all presenters for their informative and interesting talk. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end of presentation. We would like to say thanks again for all the presenters for their informative and interesting talk, and to the audience for your active participation. Hopefully the presentation will be beneficial for everybody. Thank you for your attention and good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.